If you feel like your space is looking cheap, it's not looking luxurious, it is not giving what you needed to give, this video is for you. In today's video, I'm going to share some interior design styling afterthoughts that you want to implement to instantly elevate your home. Before we talk about them though, I do want to say thanks to Fiverr for sponsoring today's video, and I've actually partnered with them for Black Business Month, and I can't wait to tell you about Fiverr and their freelancers a little bit later on. Let's get into today's video. Something I see people get wrong all of the time is they will put one sprig of something in a vase. They're like, I want this nice overflowing greenery. You know what's gonna do this? One leaf. One leaf. No, we do not want one leaf. You only put one bay leaf in your stew. But when it comes to doing vases, when it comes to styling, bigger is better. We want it oversized. If you've been on internet literally at all in the past 3 years, you've seen people literally bring full trees inside. They're like going on the side of the road and bringing a full tree inside and putting it in a vase. That, to me, that's a little bit of overkill. You don't know what you're bringing in your house. You're bringing a whole forest, Bambi and all of his friends into the house. We don't want to do that, but we want to go over the top when it comes to styling with the greenery. If you're buying faux greenery, you want to make sure that that sprig of something has a lot coming off of it. We want it to give Medusa. We want there to be a lot going on per branch. If the branch is not giving, we're leaving it at the store because we want it to be overflowing so that we can contort them and shape them so that you can have a vignette. You should be able to put faux greenery or real greenery in a vase and it tell a story on its own. That is where you are falling flat. You are getting greenery and it is not filling out that vase entirely. And if you don't have something overflowing, if you don't have things at different heights, it looks cheap, it looks fake. And the whole point of this is to make it look luxe, expensive, even if we're not spending a lot of money on whatever it is. So you need to start doing that. You want to overflow your greenery and you want to vary the height. That is something you really, truly want to do because it's going to elevate your space instantly. But the next styling mistake you're making is that you're forgetting to literally elevate your decor. If everything is on the same plane, sure, you do not have to change eye level, which is really nice and convenient for lazy folks like me who don't want to do all of this to be able to look at your decor, but we want to make it interesting. Also, if you're using all black decor on an all black nightstand, if you do not break it up with a coffee table book or a box or something, I cannot see it. It is an abyss. It is an abyss of black and I can't see it. So it is what it is. So I want you to use those coffee table books. I want you to use those boxes that you buy at Home Goods for no reason because you have nothing to go into the box. This is what I want you to use them for. This is what I want you to use those coffee table books for that you don't actually read. Instead of just leaving them in the Home Goods bag, put them over here. And I know someone is like, I read those books, that's good. We should all read the books, but I'm also just realistic about how things go. Sometimes we buy things and we don't actually use them. There is something about a picture light that just does it for people. They just do it for people. I will post a picture of a painting and people are like, oh, that's a nice painting. I will put a picture light over that same painting and they're like, did Picasso make that? That is the best painting I've ever seen in my entire life. And I love that energy. That is the energy you want to keep. And picture lights just do it for people. They're sexy, they create the ambiance, right? You have the nice dim lighting, they look good, but also they direct your attention to whatever they're above, whether that's a mirror, whether that's your bed, whether that is a painting, it doesn't matter. Picture lights elevate things. So if you want to elevate your styling, add a picture light to your artwork or your mirrors. Seriously, it's something you can very easily do, and you just hide the cord behind the painting or the mirror. So you can't say, I don't know where the cord's gonna go. It just goes directly behind whatever item it is. And of course, you can get battery operated picture lights. I love them. I am obsessed with them. We all know this, but make sure that it is scaled correctly because your itty bitty picture light above your 5-foot painting, I can't see it. So then you just wasted your money. I need to be able to see it. And if I can't see it, you can double it up. You can use multiple on one piece of art. Don't go overboard. Don't use 5. Don't use 5. Okay. All right. Don't use 5. But you can double it up if you need to make it a little bit more affordable, but picture lights really make things pop. Today's video is all about elevating and improving, and Fiverr has helped me not only elevate my interiors, but also my business. So I do want to say thanks again to Fiverr for sponsoring today's video. Fiverr is the largest marketplace for digital services where you can find professionals to help you with things like logo design, graphic design, website design, really anything you need, you can get help with it on Fiverr. No matter who you are, where you are, or what your product is, or what your budget is, there is a professional on Fiverr that can help you achieve your goals. So Fiverr always saves the day when it comes to my personal projects because I just don't have time to do 3D renderings for my own home. If you don't know what a 3D rendering is, it is basically a 3D visualization of what your space will look like. They are so crucial to the interior design process because if you don't know what a space is going to look like, you might be wary about executing the design. Now, in my business, I wear many hats. I am an interior stylist, but I am also a content creator. So doing my own projects, for me, they kind of get pushed to the back burner. But I trust Fiverr to help me with my projects. So what I did is I found some talented, very detail-oriented freelancers on Fiverr, and they were able to bring my dream living room to life. There was so much detail there, and they even thought of things like lighting and patterns that I didn't even think about when I was designing my own living room. Essentially, thanks to Fiverr, I feel supported enough to wear so many different hats in my business, and without a tool like Fiverr, I'm not sure I could do as many things as I like to do. And as you can see, just looking at this 3D rendering right here, it is absolutely incredible. This is the quality work I would do myself for my clients, and I'm always so impressed when I work with freelancers on Fiverr. And as you know, August is actually Black Business Month. So as a Black business owner, I'm thinking a ton about how I'm going to expand and grow my business. And as I'm thinking about what I'm going to dabble in and the new things I'm going to create, I'm also thinking about how I can use Fiverr as a tool. So I know I'm going to use them for logo design, graphic design, and even website design. To give Fiverr a try for yourself, head to fivrr.co/DIYWKB to check out the services available, and be sure to use the code DIYWKB10 for 10% off. And now that I've taught you how you can elevate your business with Fiverr, let's chat more about how you can elevate your interiors. The next styling upgrade I need you to make is to literally lift your faux plants. So I already talked about overflowing greenery. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about your trees. I need you to lift them suckers off. Now, I went viral here on YouTube for saying that I stuff trash in my pots, and people were like, oh, you keep your trash? What's wrong with you? Why are you so dirty? That was so extreme of you guys. I just want to say that. But when you put a faux plant in a pot, sometimes it gets lost in the pot. You put the plant in there and it sinks to the bottom and it's giving nothing. It's giving flat, it's giving basic, it's giving absolutely nothing. So what you want to start doing is actually filling it with plastic and boxes, and those Amazon boxes that stay in that cupboard for a while because you don't feel like walking into the trash chute. Put those in there instead and literally elevate the tree. It adds so much height and so much more visual interest to your space. And then you want to go in with some moss, some real faux moss on top of it to actually make it look a little bit more realistic. Mist it with a little bit of water, the same bottle you used to mist your hair. You can do that on your moss and it's going to look so much more high-end. Lifting the tree just makes it look so much better because the faux trees are expensive. A 5-foot tree from Target will run you $150. I'm still gonna buy it because I think Target makes good faux trees, but that's really short. That's here if I'm standing. That's giving nothing. That's giving baby tree. I want a grown tree. I want an adult tree. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to literally raise it because I cannot afford to buy a 10-foot faux tree because you have to take out a second mortgage to afford that. That is ridiculous. So this is what we are going to do instead. Literally elevate it. When you look around your room, you'll probably notice that everything is pretty much at the same level. We want to vary heights. We want visual interest. We want people to have to do a double take. And this is the way we're going to do it with our faux trees. And of course, you can do this with real trees as well, but also they need soil, so it doesn't really work quite as well. You might kill it in the process. There is no part of the bedroom neglected quite like the end of the bed. You need to start decorating the base of your bed. We put all of the fun pillows at the top. We're doing something, we're making it nice and fluffy and sophisticated and nice. And then at the base, we do absolutely nothing. We give it 0% of our effort and it looks boring and it looks basic. So what I want you to start doing is put a quilt at the base of your bed. And I know someone's probably saying, well, what about a throw? I don't know, something about me and a throw, you just end up readjusting the throw 50 million times because it doesn't look thrown correctly. It's called a throw, right? You're supposed to throw it, but still, we overanalyze, we critique ourselves. I don't want that negativity. And throws don't occupy very much of the bed. They occupy a teeny tiny portion. What about the rest? The rest is still boring. So I want you to put a quilt at the base of the bed. You can add a new color, new texture, new pattern, does not matter to me. But do something that is different from your duvet cover or whatever your base thing is. It is going to elevate your space so much. It is going to make the entire bed interesting instead of just the top, and the space will feel a little bit more balanced because right now it's not balanced because of all the pillows. It's doing way too much. Now, if you have a footboard or something like that, this does not apply to you, but if you just have a headboard and then the rest of your bed is just like blanket, it is going to elevate the space. And for those of you who have your pillows going all the way down to the base of the bed, that's how many throw pillows you have, please stop that. But That's so unnecessary. You can't possibly be sleeping on all of those. I'm sorry I have to call you out. Let's add a quilt instead so that when we get cold, we're not just like trying to cover ourselves with pillows. Pillows are not gonna keep you warm. The quilt is gonna keep you warm. Next, I wanna talk about accent chairs. So everyone loves a good accent chair. Everyone loves accent chairs. Now I'll see 2 accent chairs in the living room, 4 accent chairs in the living room. I love that we're maximizing seating. I'm seeing the progress. People used to only have a sectional and they were like, you gotta sit directly on top of me or next to me. You can't sit in my house. So I love that we have accent chairs now. I love the evolution there. But I think we forget to style the accent chair. A lot of times we're like, here's the chair, the end. No, we need to zhuzh it up. We need to spice it up. So you can always add a throw to the side of an accent chair, but I think when someone puts their hands on it or something, it always ends up on the floor or stuck underneath the chair. We don't want that, or we bring it over to the sofa to cuddle, right? Let's be realistic. But what I want you to start doing is adding a lumbar pillow to your accent chairs. Yes, a lumbar pillow, not a normal pillow, not a square pillow, a lumbar pillow. It's going to help support the lumbar spine. We can improve our posture. You see that? It's almost like I put one behind me. I didn't. This is a dining chair. I'm not gonna lie to you. But it's also going to bring your design style onto the chair. Sometimes the accent chairs just kind of fall flat. You're like, well, why did you add this? How does this work with the rest of the space? It is going to bring your design style over to that accent chair and make the entire space look a little bit more cohesive. It's just one of those things. Sometimes we buy furniture and we do nothing with it in terms of styling, but pretty much everything needs to be styled, including the accent chair. So give that a try. Speaking of styling the accent chair, I also want you to think about task lighting. I've been talking about task lighting for years and I'm never gonna stop because I love it. So task lighting is, lighting that helps you perform tasks. So that could be something as simple as like your spotlights in your kitchen going really over your island so that you can chop really well and not accidentally cut yourself on the mandolin, because we have all truly been there. We've all truly been there. But task lighting can also be like those really fun lights that you see over the side of your sofa that everyone knows and loves. I love them. I have the O-Bright ones for Amazon and I am obsessed. These add so much visual interest. People think they are so sexy. I don't know what it is. They have people in a chokehold. I don't know what it is. People are obsessed with them. That's what I love about task lamps. They just give sexy because they are giving an extra level of detail, and the designer element is in the detail. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you feel super equipped to elevate your home instantly. I promise you, if you make these updates, people are going to be blown away by your space, and more importantly, you are going to be blown away by your space. If you would like to give Fiverr a try, be sure to head to fbrr.co/DIYWKB to check out the services available, and remember to use the code DIYWKB10 for 10% off. Let me know down below how you are going to use Fiverr, and until next time, have a beautiful day.